Dear distinguished participants, thank you for your generous invitation to speak at the 2020 Beijing Academy of Artificial Intelligence Conference. My name is Fabrizio, and I'm a special advisor to the UN Secretary General working on digital cooperation issues. I would like to offer my sincere gratitude to the Beijing Academy of Artificial Intelligence for their close partnership with and extensive contribution to our roundtable on artificial intelligence. This discussion was part of preparing a UN roadmap to promote global digital cooperation on pressing topics like securing universal connectivity, upholding human rights online, improving internet cooperation architecture, and many more. We hope many more Chinese experts will join United Nations efforts to foster digital cooperation with the ultimate objective of implementing the Sustainable Development Goals and ensuring globally shared benefits and progress from digital technology. Some of you may be aware that just last week the UN Secretary General launched a roadmap for digital cooperation, a major report which comes at a time where global digital cooperation is at an all-time low, but should be an all-time high priority. The Secretary General's roadmap calls for action in 8 areas of digital importance: achieving universal affordable connectivity by 2030, promoting digital public goods to create a more equitable world, ensuring digital inclusion for all, including the most vulnerable, strengthening digital capacity building, ensuring the protection of human rights in the digital era, supporting global cooperation on artificial intelligence, promoting digital trust and security, building a more effective architecture for digital cooperation. The roadmap was formulated on the basis of multi-stakeholder discussions in follow-up to a report published by the High-Level Panel on Digital Cooperation last year. That panel was co-chaired by Jack Ma of Alibaba, so we were very lucky to be able to benefit from Chinese wisdom and experience from the start. As I mentioned earlier, we would benefit greatly from more Chinese expertise as we seek to connect those who are not yet connected, respect human rights and agency online, and protect those vulnerable to online harms and threats. One such threat I would like to mention today is the shared global challenge of COVID-19, which is having devastating consequences that reverberate throughout the world and that have exacerbated global tensions. Despite a complicated geopolitical reality, recent months have only further highlighted the pressing need for a cooperative approach towards technologies. 46% of the world's population, overwhelmingly in the least developed countries, cannot enjoy the benefit of full internet access. How are they then to benefit from using more advanced technologies like artificial intelligence? I would like to invite my distinguished colleagues at this conference to join us in thinking about that predicament and how it can best be solved. One of the biggest risks of our troubling global political fragmentation is the resultant technical fragmentation that would make it more difficult for people all over the world to have equal access to quality technologies. A fragmented approach to the technologies we've come to depend on further exacerbates existing inequalities and deepens an already all too deep digital divide. This is where digital cooperation comes in, must come in not just working to help connect everyone, but also working to ensure that the technologies everyone can use once connected are safe, uphold human rights, and protect peace and security. This is the core motivation behind the growing global trend of beneficial and ethical AI, a trend so essential it brings together the brightest of minds and the best of hearts. This is a positive trend we must continue to support. In particular, I would like to commend the frequent mentions of harmony, a unique concept with a long and rich Chinese history, and its importance in promoting a globally aligned approach to the development and use of AI. Under the concept of harmony, such a globally aligned approach will accommodate different perspectives in a way that identifies and highlights harmony between them in the form of similarities. This, I believe, is a constructive way to move ahead with a globally aligned approach, one that respects the need for diversity of approaches and opinions and still celebrates the similarities and harnesses them in the service of shared universal goals and common human values. This is not a theoretical exercise. We now have well over 160 global sets of AI ethics and governance principles from different entities, and they have more similarities than differences. By recognizing these similarities and using them to create alignment, I believe we can reach meaningful global digital cooperation, even on complicated topics such as AI ethics and governance. Such global digital cooperation has long been undertaken successfully through science-based approaches, which have time and time again proven to be of critical use in developing peacefully transformative technologies like nuclear energy. Learning from that rich experience, we're looking to tried and tested models of cooperation and are particularly encouraged by the cooperative models found among academia and think tanks like the Beijing Academy for Artificial Intelligence. I would like to close this talk by thanking our Chinese partners at the Beijing Academy for AI, Alibaba, and elsewhere who've been contributing to the work of my office and the United Nations. I would also like to reiterate my invitation to my Chinese colleagues to join us in working on the implementation of the Secretary-General's roadmap so that together we can shape a digitally cooperative future that benefits us all. Thank you.